Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. We are back to watch another episode of The Rings of Power. This is episode 4. It is called The Great Wave. Now, I have been loving this show so far. It's just been an absolute treat to be engrossed back into the Lord of the Rings world again. I don't know really anything about the Silmarillion or the Second Age that's being covered, so it's just been extra fun to just be completely surprised about what's going to happen. You know, sometimes when you have read the source material going into things, you know what's going to happen. And granted, we know like the end of what's going to happen, how eventually all these people kind of coalesce together to fight a great war against Sauron, and that's how the Fellowship of the Ring starts. But in between all that, we don't know anything that's going to happen, so it's been really engaging and really fun to kind of speculate about who's who, what's going to happen, who is Sauron, who is Adar, the new guy that was just introduced. Very curious about all of that. So this has been a lot of fun so far. Speaking of that Adar guy, he was someone that was introduced at the very end of last episode. We didn't get a clear image of him. I saw someone say that he was played by the guy that played Benjen Stark in Game of Thrones, but I'm not sure. But he's looking like a elf-esque figure who's kind of viewed by these orcs as like a father type god figure. And I'm not sure exactly, you know, what that could lead to, but I'm very curious to find out. This is also the longest episode that has come out so far, so that's going to be exciting. All in all, though, I'm very pumped to check this out. So before we jump into it, if you end up enjoying my reaction, please leave a like on the video. That means a lot to me and helps my channel out a ton. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload, especially if you want to see me react to more of the Rings of Power. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That would mean the world as well. But otherwise, let's jump into the episode.
In this court,
Numenor looks so good.
Alinel.
Alinel. Is that significant?
Her wisdom, guide thy steps. Sometimes our island just needs a stretch.
What? Is Numenor sinking already? Doesn't Numenor sink at some point? That would be wild if that's happening, like, right now. Oh, shiz, dude, it's happening right now. Excuse me? This has to be a vision. Yeah, okay. I was like, no way. That's wild. I was like, there's no way that they're sinking this thing immediately.
Cleverness to men of small ambition. I'd much rather it if you were wise.
Rude. I like to be clever. Granted, I also do have small ambition.
Workers who don't sleep, don't tire.
Okay, so
don't age.
This guy doesn't like immigrants. We've heard this if you live in America.
And if the elf were here now.
Dang, Numenorians don't like elves.
Men of Numenor, or a gaggle of mewling children. But now one elf could threaten us.
I can't tell if like he's coming at this from a perspective of like, hey guys, chill on the elf hate, or if he's like, yo, we're so much better than them, let's hate them more. Like, is he essentially been like, we're gods,
Elven hands will never
they're
take
beneath us.
She will remain, as always, a kingdom of men.
Okay, so I think he is leaning into the elf hate.
Drinks all round!
But he's doing it like the politician way. Can't let that lowly builder man grow an audience. It's got to be him.
From vineyards near the Minotaur.
Are you
Supposed to make you
Sauron?
forget your troubles, or so they say.
I believe the man you hold in your dungeons is no common brawler, but the lost heir in exile to the throne of the Southlands.
And I suppose Elendil here is a runic emperor.
Maybe.
Had a lord, actually.
Oh man, what a goober.
I call on you to finish the task left undone, to reforge the alliance between Numenor and elves.
Yeah,
Fight
that's
with me.
that's gonna be a tall task considering all the people in her city hate the elves. They gave each other a look too. Galadriel's a little more gung-ho than that at the moment.
One with Numenor's true ruler, your father, the king.
Hoo-hoo-hoo.
A castaway, grasping for a handhold in a tempest.
There is a tempest in me. It swept me to this island for a reason, and it will not be quelled by you, Regent.
Oh, and they immediately put her in prison. That's so funny. All the people that hate this version of Galadriel because she's so gung-ho. I think the show is keenly aware because they present you at this dramatic moment of Galadriel getting feisty and then immediately thrown in prison. Oi, Isildu, what are you hearing? Who is whispering to you? Is it Middle Earth as a whole? This same dude every time has to catch the rope.
I've seen you ease that halyard proper 100 times. That was deliberate.
Was it?
You're off the sea guard! All three of you!
All three? Oh, bruh.
Leave it to you to get kicked out of something you never earned in the first place.
Ooh, rude.
The real problem is him. And that's not going anywhere.
Listen, man, he will be a prince one day, and then a king. King of Gondor! You will show him some respect. Ooh, that's creepy. Hey boys, how you doing? Hello, Benjen Stark. Potentially. You don't look like Benjen Stark. Maybe, kinda. I don't know. What happened to your face, brava? You're like a half and half. Ooh. Now he kind of looks like Benjen Stark. A little bit. Put him out of his misery, so he cares about these orcs in some fashion. That almost looks like the end of an elf dagger.
You have been told many lies.
Of Middle Earth.
To untangle it all
What's that mean?
would all but require the creation of a new world. That is something only the gods can do, and I am no god. At least, not yet.
Who are you, though? Yeah, what are you is another question as well.
To the men who have taken refuge in the old watchtower. Deliver to them a message.
What message?
Just letting him go. This episode is giving me Two Towers vibes a little bit. I don't know why. Just the tone feels similar.
What do we eat?
Find a way.
How?
I don't know.
Eat grass.
Enough to see that.
You're literally perched on like a lake. Go fishing.
Done a small party into town. By day when the Yorks are fewer. Grab what we can, quick and quiet. Don't never even know we were there.
What poor sod will you open to that?
I'll do it.
His random friend standing in the background there. Ooh. Are the orcs killing the animals? Wonder if those animals are dying naturally because because the land is being poisoned, or if the orcs killed them. Oh. Yep, that door's shutting.
Rowan?
Oh no. Yeah, get the heck out of there, buddy. Super time to leave. Oh, you're gonna have to fight, Theo. You're gonna have to use your new magic sword.
Young blood.
Oh, that's what they've been looking for. Oh, he stabbed himself to make it grow? That is gnarly. He's hiding in the well. So does it go back to being a hilt? Don't come back up so loudly. Ooh, what are they building here? Oh, the tower.
You seem unsettled today, my lord. What troubles you?
Yeah, what's going on with you,
No, I
Celebrimbor?
promised myself I wouldn't mention it. He's your friend.
Durin, what's up?
Either he's avoiding me or he's hiding something.
Both, probably.
If Durin is mining quartz, why would he leave without taking his chiseling axe? And why would you be preparing his favorite meal if he's gone to a chasm that takes 2 full days to descend?
Elrond's pretty smart. Elrond is a smart cookie. He wants to know what the frick is going on.
We're making good progress in the old mine.
Elrond's got hecka ears, man. He can hear everything you're saying.
The old mine below the Mirror.
You lost elf.
Nah, he just chilling.
Rich crow, kiss the stone, polish your gems and gold.
Ho ho ho. Dang, that's pretty dope. Okay, yeah, so they found Mithril.
I need your oath.
That's serious.
Hand Mountain. I'll never breathe so much as a whisper of what I'm about to tell you to another living soul.
He swears it.
I swear on the memory of my father, Eärendil the Mariner.
God dang right. That's friendship to its core, baby.
Disa Detected it during a routine gold seaming.
What do you call this miracle ore?
In our tongue, grey glitter. In yours, something like mithril.
Mithril.
No, it would be mithril.
Keep it.
Keep it.
Oh, it's yours, buddy. That little piece of mithril is going to be used to be forged into various rings. Oh no.
Four dwarfs down there! Durin!
Probably a good thing he wasn't in that little hole. Elrond just saved your life, Durin. Oi.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Honestly.
Are you Sauron?
I'll do the floors and you do the goblets, and the last one to finish pays for dinner.
I'm not in the habit of going off with strange young men.
Very wise. If I see any, you'll be the first to know.
He's clever. He's clever. That guy's Sauron. Calling it. Everyone's wondering who Sauron is. It's that guy. He's too much of a smooth talker. He's gonna convince her to run away or build some tower. Because isn't she the one that builds... She's the one that builds something for Sauron.
In an instance like this, it seems to me that you do well to identify what it is that your opponent most fears.
And exploit it.
No. Give them a means of mastering it, so that you can master them.
The king in the tower, who no one has seen in years.
See what happens when you stop galloping. And you give yourself a moment to think.
See, all these people...
He's trying to convince me to leave this island and you've a deal.
All these people that are so mad that Galadriel is like gung-ho. That's part of her arc in the show, is becoming a wiser individual. They want to ship her off. Now that she's getting somewhere, they're like, time to leave. You get that ship you always wanted.
I wouldn't advise that. I can't very well let her leave.
You definitely can. She just throws those 3 guards in a cell. Ooh. Isildur, become best friends with Galadriel. Isildur! Every time I think of his name, I just think of the scene where he's gonna throw the ring into the mountain.
But I no longer
and Elrond is just, Isildur! Cast it into the fire! Dude's old and sick. Medieval. I'm old. Take him to Charlie's Chocolate Factory. He'll be jumping up in no time. He looks like the grandpa.
Your father was loyal to the elvish ways. Why are you not?
Yeah, what the frick? Tell her of the weird dreams you're having. Of the fall of Numenor.
Palantir.
Yeah, Palantir.
Place your hand upon it.
This one shows the end of Numenor. Ooh, it's gonna break? Oh, never mind, okay. So it puts you in that room while Numenor falls.
Tomorrow, I will announce that you are gone. And this crisis ended.
Avoiding this war may be the very thing that brings about your downfall.
Numenor will be the last place they go to, theoretically.
I beg of you, Miriel. Choose not the path of fear, but that of faith. Stand with me.
Yes.
Faith may bind one heart, Galadriel.
There are
But
many,
it is too fine a thread
many
from
hearts.
which to hang a kingdom.
Yeah. How are you gonna get out of here, brother? Yeah, let's just take this bag of grain and try and escape with it.
Not here.
It's like an Assassin's Creed mission. Or a Shadow of Mordor mission. There's no way he actually escapes, right? He's gonna get caught. Or he'll run into our elf friend. He's gonna turn this corner.
Maybe losing your arm won't loosen your
Around
lips.
here. Is it? Is it him? Is it him? Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. That's what's up. That's what's up.
They are coming.
Can we trust him, though? That's so many. Holy cow. How are they going to outrun all them? Just saved his life. Jesus, how is he gonna fight all of them? There's like 90. They just have to clear the trees. What is up with his leg? Yeah, they're not running into the sun. Bro, you guys should keep running just in case more clouds come. Oh, and he's out of arrows too. Ooh, it's been her singing this whole time. Please tell me Durin made it. If he died, that would be a bummer. I mean, that was cool.
Was that?
Yeah, what was
It was
that?
a plea to the rocks.
To chill?
I cannot stop thinking that if you'd not gone down there, Durin might have been in that shaft.
Okay. Durin's still alive. Good to know, good to know. So that was not a funeral. Elrond
My
would speak to
father
him.
single-handedly sailed to Valinor and convinced the Valar to join the war and vanquish Morgoth. But the Valar lifted him beyond the bounds of this world, to forever carry the evening star across the sky.
Dang. They turned his dad into a star?
Wondering, what might he think if he were watching me? Would he be proud of what I had accomplished with his legacy? Disappointed by the countless ways I'd failed to live up to it.
Don't cry, Elrond, don't cry.
But then, one night, it struck me that I would be only too happy to hear any judgment, so long as it granted me the opportunity to have but one more conversation with my father.
Go talk to your papa.
Hopefully you might be able to settle something. How is it
Name
that
our,
you and my husband
name our next
met?
kid.
There were 3 trolls, and it was I who saved him.
You wouldn't remember your face if you're gazing in a mirror.
When I came upon him in the forest, wailing, screaming, or something.
It was a battle cry.
The screams were so high-pitched, I thought it was a child, so I took up my bow.
Like, your husband was crying for his mama. No way. Oh. Okay. It's like, there's no way his dad's dead right now.
Forever am I with you, my son. Even in anger.
Good.
Sometimes in anger most of all. There is nothing to forgive.
Take this axe in the background as a gift.
But intuition's a powerful tonic. What is yours tell you?
There is something more at work.
Good, my son. Good.
There is something more at work, but it's from Celebrimbor, not Elrond. I think he also might sense the larger world-sized conflict within Elrond. Kiss. You saved me son's life. You get to touch my butt as a gift.
That your people may live, if you forsake all claim to these lands and swear fealty to him.
And if we refuse?
Then you will die.
He's coming for Ostirith.
Ostirith, is that of similar namesake to Osgiliath? Oh, you still got that sword? Is it a full sword now? Or is it back? Oh, it's okay. So it's back to being a hilt. And it only gets to be a full-size sword when there's blood. Oh, they've both been branded by the sword.
It is no sword. It is a power fashioned for our ancestors. The beautiful servant, he was lost, but shall return.
Okay, so this guy's on board Sauron's team.
If you heard of Sauron?
Dang, they're all like standing at attention to send her off. Go in peace and love the Lord. She pulls a complete 180. I have named Galadriel, Queen of Numenor. What? Oh, that's not good. Petals of the white tree falling. Isn't that supposed to be a bad sign? Is that a no bueno moment?
Faithful believes that when the petals of the white tree fall, 'tis no idle thing. The very tears of the Valar themselves. A living reminder that their eyes and their judgment are ever upon us.
Ooh, so that they're mad that they're sending away Galadriel. We're going to war, baby!
Is our valor confined to the graves of our slumbering fathers?
Oh, I think she's rallying them.
I've decided to personally escort the elf back to Middle-earth.
Galadriel! Oh.
The expeditionary force will be made up of brave sons and daughters from across fair Numenor. Who is willing to
Isildur.
commit themselves to our Queen Regent's protection?
Isildur's gonna say yes. They're gonna build Gondor while they're over there. Hey, they got kicked out of the boat crew, so they might as well. They might as well protect the queen.
I will serve.
Yeah, god dang right. He's like, I'm going to war. Oh, I'm getting hyped. Like, I'm getting nipple chills. Oh my god, I was getting a little sweaty, a little nipple chills. This show's so friggin' good, dude. Oh, so friggin' good. It's kind of hard to describe how different the feel and the tone is that this show has compared to like House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon is very like, it's not inspiring in the least. It's really good, but there's nothing in House of the Dragon that makes you feel inspired. This show, well, I think equally good in terms of writing and all that, also carries with it this like hopeful, inspiring tone, even knowing that like in the end all their efforts kind of amount to nothing in a sense, right? Like they go to war with Sauron. Isildur eventually chooses to keep the ring. Well, at least in the movies he chooses to keep it. I guess technically in the Silmarillion or in the Lord of the Rings, he doesn't like refuse to throw it in. He just like claims it as like a wartime gift or something like that, and then it eventually makes its way forward to Gollum and Frodo and Bilbo and all that jazz. But in terms of like the overall conflict of them versus Sauron, their efforts, like they kind of lose in a sense until Isildur like cuts the hand off of Sauron. So they kind of win technically, I guess. But like back to what I was saying, the tone of especially this episode, especially the end of this episode, you're getting a little hyped. You're like, ooh baby, I'm getting nipple chills, baby. I feel it. like anytime you heard a sick hype speech in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, you're like, ooh baby, like I'm feeling emotions. and this, as soon as those leaves start to fall, she realizes we effed up trying to just send Galadriel away. And she's like, homies, come back. Changed my mind. I changed my mind. I realized I was about to ruin everything. Like the Valar are literally crying seeing me send her away, so we're gonna fight with her. Like the army has been secured, and it is, I mean, it's not gonna go perfectly, definitely, for sure, but I'm still very excited about what's to come. I'm trying to talk like I'm a dwarf. No, gang. So we start the episode with the vision of the flooding of Numenor. The episode is titled The Great Wave. That can be interpreted as like the great wave that sinks Numenor, or the great wave of inspiration. And, you know, at the end when everyone's like, I will serve, that is a wave of people, you know, flooding and flowing with inspiration. Like the great wave across the sea to help the Southlands is gonna be pretty sick. And they're gonna build Gondor. It's gonna be lit. But no, we see the vision. I was like, at the beginning, I was like, there's no way they're immediately starting with the flooding of Numenor. Like that would be wild. And obviously, yeah, that's not what's happening. But what's this guy's name? Paradise. Pharazôn. He is like a politician to his core. He is definitely seemingly someone that is totally willing to like stoke the fires of elf hatred. Where the one builder, Tamar, is like, Very much like, they're taking our jobs, they're taking our land, they're taking our pay, they're not U.S. citizens. Like, they don't eat, they don't sleep, it's unfair. It's like, well, get better at the job, dude. If you've, not to get super political here, but if you've lived in the United States at all, those talking points felt so reminiscent of pretty much every talking point we've ever heard when it comes to immigration, specifically immigrants coming across like the southern border and taking jobs that no one in America wants to do, like all these super hard labor jobs that like no one that's complaining about it would actually sign up to do. But the talking point from those people are always, they're taking our jobs, not paying taxes. And it's like, bro, shut up. And so this dude's riling up the crowd like, they don't have to eat, they don't have to sleep, the elves are just better, it's unfair. It's like, yeah, I mean, it is unfair, but suck it up, right? That's just the way it is. And Ferazon, he co-opts this little argument, and he kind of shifts it from like straight antagonism towards the elves, like we're on the same level fighting against each other type antagonism, and he takes it to like, we're better than them antagonism, where you're looking down on the person. He's like, they will never threaten us. Like an elf threatening us? No. And so this dude's just like a politician to his core. We got to keep an eye on him for sure. Then how do you say this girl's name? Arienne, Isildur's sister. She's kind of lurking in the background. She's in the building guild now. And we meet, what's this dude's name? He doesn't have a character name yet, but he's played by Leon Wadham. I'm throwing out a theory, super hot take theory. If this is ever confirmed correct, it's gonna be absolutely bonkers. Vindication, Captain Holt. This dude that is talking to her is Sauron. I'm calling it. Our homeboy Halbrand is not Sauron. Adar is not Sauron. This guy is Sauron. He's part of the Builders Guild. He doesn't have a name yet, but he is a smooth talker, and he's getting in on the ground floor with our super hot new friend, and he's gonna have her build something. He probably already talked to Celebrimbor, because Celebrimbor's got some weird thoughts too. There's something more going on with him as well. He probably already talked to Sauron. That's why he needs this tower built in a certain amount of time. But crazy off the wall theory is that this dude who offered her wine is Sauron, and he is just like, he's supposed to, it's gonna be wild because he's supposed to be like super hot. Right? Like Sauron in his like Lightbringer form, or like his like seducer form, is supposed to be like a smooth talking pretty boy. And this guy, he's a smooth talker, but I don't know if he's like quite like good looking enough. I don't know. We'll see. Isildur gets kicked out of the boat crew because he doesn't want to be there. Honestly, he's like, screw this. I want to go west. But then he gets his friends kicked out, but you know, they're fine because they join the war party to protect the queen later in the episode. Arandir, he gets released by Adar, who is an elf, but he's like scarred. I wonder how he got that scar. He's like the whole side of his ear is scarred up. Very curious about the history of this guy. I mean, he's definitely going to be a prominent character going forward. But he sends Arandir with a message that is essentially like, yo, you can live if you swear fealty to us, like to me and to the orcs. If you don't, we're coming for you. We're going to kill you. And he says he's coming for Osgiliath or whatever name he said, and that it sounds similar to the Gondorian city, like the city that's next to Gondor, Osgiliath. Isn't that what it's called? I think, right? I don't remember 100%. So more, it's more stuff in the Southlands / near Gondor, which I assume will be built by all these homies that are traveling across the sea. So that's wild. Meanwhile, Theo goes to get some food and has to hide from the orcs because they catch him. And the blade that he's got, it's so, like, what is going on with that blade where, like, you stab, it, like, stabs into your forearm, and then it, like, uses your blood to, like, reform the whole sword, and you can, like, fight with it then, but then after the conflict is done, it goes back to being, like, a little hilt thing? That's crazy. Like, does the sword maybe the sword, like, infects your blood while it's using it, and then it gives you your blood back. But, like, the whole time it's, like, changing you as a person, like, for the worse. And then eventually you become a Nazgul. I think Theo will become a Nazgul. Halbrand might become a Nazgul. Very curious to see what goes on there. But then Theo is saved by Arondir, and just a cool sequence. He catches arrows out of midair and he's shooting them back. And how did his mom know? I mean, I guess his mom, the kid was like, oh, he said he was right behind me. He didn't say that. You're a liar. You're a liar, child. He did not tell you he would be right behind you. He said, I'll go in there, and then you ran away. But they make it back, and it's, potential danger coming for them soon. Elrond and Durin, he knows something's going on, and he does a little sneaky sneak. He uses his elf ears and his elf eyes to do a little spying on his buddy and his wife, and he figures out about their little plan that they discovered Mithril. And he swears he's not going to tell anyone, and I trust him. He's not going to tell anyone. But the Dwarven King wants to be cautious about how they dive deep in there, and I agree. That's smart. You don't want to be gung-ho when the friggin' mountain's collapsing around it. So best take that cautiously, but neither Durin or his father, like, completely trust Elrond. Like, they think there's something else. And I wonder if Durin is, like, I wonder if his intuition is sensing, like, the stuff from Celebrimbor, because Celebrimbor is like, oh, he doesn't trust me, he's hiding something. I wonder if he senses that, like, he senses that there's more from Celebrimbor that is being hidden, because he probably talked to Sauron, and he's the reason he's building this tower. Or is he sensing it from Elrond, because Elrond is, like, aware of Galadriel's opinion that the world is essentially ending and that Sauron's coming back. And so he has that kind of, like, darkness brewing underneath where, like, he's aware of all the crazy shenanigans that are possibly about to go down. And Durin senses that in him, and he's like, because he hasn't expressed that yet, so maybe he's curious and sensing that. But his father is kind of almost presenting it as, like, Durin is directly hiding some plot against the dwarves, I think, and he's gonna subtly convince Prince Durin to distrust Elrond. And I'm not sure. What else? Oh, that one dude talked to Theo and is like, dude, we gotta be ready. We're servants of Sauron. We gots to be ready. He's like, we've been marked by the blade. He's like, literally talking. He's like, he's a beautiful servant. He's coming back. Keep your strength. Gonna be ready. And it's like, yeah, because you're both gonna be turned into Nazgul. But then the biggest thing is involving Galadriel and the Queen and of Numenor and all that jazz, where she's like starting off, she's like, I need an army to fight, and they're like, no, and she's like, okay, well then I'm gonna talk to your dad, and then immediately gets thrown in prison. I thought that was funny because it almost feels like a direct message to the people that are hating on Galadriel's presentation so far, like how she's presented. Because online and on Twitter, all I've seen from people that hate this show is that they hate the way that Galadriel is being shown on screen. They're like, oh, she's supposed to be wise, she's an elf, thousands of years old, why is she being so like combative and like angry? Like, this is not how she is or how she should be portrayed. And this episode, on various occasions, you have Halbrand being like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you should know you're not going to get what you want being a total dick to them, right? Like she's realizing, she's like, this is part of her growth as a character. She is realizing that just because she has this tempest inside of her, that she can't just be a total dick to everyone to get what she wants. She has to use a little bit of wisdom and think things through. And like, you give her this, like, so like the last episode, she had that big moment where she's like in front of the crowd talking about how, like, giving all her titles and stuff, and it's like, yes, Galadriel, bad bitch, tell him who you are. And then this episode, she has a similar type thing where like it's the moment is swelling up and then it cuts to her being thrown in prison. It's like definitely meant to be like, listen, like we get it, like we understand that this is not who Galadriel is going to be, but we have to show some sort of growth and arc for her to get there. And this was very much at minimum the start of that arc of Galadriel becoming a calmer, more patient, wiser individual. Even her breaking into the tower and then realizing that the king she so desperately wanted to talk to is like senile now. And her realizing that being here, her just arriving here, might have caused the downfall of Numenor. Not that like she herself takes actions that ends Numenor, but like her arriving there sets things in motion that eventually lead to that. Like her just realizing all that is so much so like her growing as an individual. She touches the Palantir or whatever it's called, the Seeing Stone. She sees the fall of Numenor. And she's gonna get sent away, right? Like the queen is like, bro, you being here is essentially gonna cause a war, and you causing a war is gonna cause the Valar to sink this city, so we can't have you here. And it's like, I mean, logistically, it's like, okay, yeah, makes sense. If the Numenorians hadn't become such bigots and dickholes, such, you know, Zionists, you know, is Zionist the right word? Xenophobic? If they hadn't become xenophobic, like it would probably be chill that she's here. But no, they've become untrustworthy of elves, and so they're gonna send her away. And she's on the boat going away until you see all the petals, like a bunch of petals coming off the tree, and the queen realizes like, oh snap. Reverse. like good on her for immediately realizing, oh, this was a bad idea. The Valar are crying that we are sending her away. Like, if anything is a sign that maybe we should have Galadriel like do what she wants, this is that sign. And then yeah, the best part of the episode, just this epic grand speech of her being like, we're going across, like, are we Numenorians? Like the strength and the valor that is inside us, is that beholden to our past, or is that who we still are? And she's getting them hype. She's like, we are honorable, we are strong, like the qualities that were ingrained in us that caused us getting this island in the first place, like that's not lost. Like we're still those people, and we fought with these people before. So we're gonna go to our, you know, mortal men's aid in the Southlands, and we're gonna go fight. We're gonna go fight in the Southlands, and we're gonna build Gondor. And she's just getting everyone hyped. She's like, we're sending everyone over. She's like, I'm going. I'm not going to tell you you're all going. She's like, I'm going, and anyone who wants to come with can come with. And everyone's like, I will serve, I will serve, I will serve. And Isildur's like, I will serve. After his bros are like, we'll serve because we have no future prospects. We were kicked out of the, you know, like the whole plan for our lives have been upended. Now they're going to become like stewards of Gondor or something like that. And it's going to be lit. It's going to be sick. But Isildur's sister is not thrilled that he's leaving, seemingly, but it's gonna be pretty baller. I got really hyped at the end. So they're leaving Numenor, all these people, and traveling to Middle Earth. I assume we're gonna see the very, very, very start of Gondor next episode. Unless they do it, I mean, they're condensing things a lot. So like, how quickly can they build this city? But yeah, it's getting hype. It's getting hype. This is halfway through the season, I believe. I think there's 8 episodes in this first season. And I'm very, very excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. Definitely let me know what you guys thought of the episode down in the comments below, though. I would love to hear all your thoughts. Are you enjoying this season so far? If you've been kind of on the fence up to this point, like how did you feel about this episode? Did it sway you either positively or negatively? I would love to hear your opinions so far. If you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me and helps my channel out a ton. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That is linked in the description below. But otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.